easy to find.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And also I want to bring this up because you know what? This has been happening even in 2024. This has been happening, like in Minnesota mostly.
Okay.
And there's like, and I'm not gonna name some wrestling promotions that who does it or whatnot, but there is this one wrestling promotion that keeps on telling the younger talent, oh, if you wrestle for me, you can't go to this wrestling promotion or that wrestling promotion. And we talked about this earlier in the week during your Twitch live stream. So
Right.
now I'm gonna say here on Michael's Corner, can you tell everybody, and I mean everybody, the difference between the independent pro wrestling agreement and then an agreement where like a WWE, like a
Hmm.
WWE agreement or TNA agreement or AEW agreement. Can
Sure.
you tell my audience the difference between those agreements, please?
Absolutely. When you are an independent contractor, when you are an independent professional wrestler, you make your own schedule. You choose your own shows, your own dates. You make an individual agreement with an individual promotion. So myself, I would have an individual agreement with Central Empire Wrestling up in Iowa that I would come up for the weekend, for the first weekend in July. We would agree on a
Okay.
price, we would agree on a date, a time, and everything that they wanted me to do. We would compromise here or there, and we would basically have a word of mouth agreement or a handshake deal. I would arrive, I would get paid for my services, and I would leave. Then the next weekend, I might have an agreement with any other promotion. Maybe it's the NWA. I would be going to see them the second weekend, and we would have another handshake style deal. But there's no guarantee that Central Empire Wrestling or the NWA is going to want me to come back for their next show. I have to wait for them to book me. But at the same
Mhm,
time, Central Empire Wrestling does not control my schedule. The National
mhm,
Wrestling Alliance does not control my schedule. I'm in charge
mhm,
of that. They only pay me per appearance.
mhm,
So if any company in the country ever contacted Storm Thomas and said, hey, we would like to book you for this date, we would negotiate the terms of that agreement. And then that would be that once I completed my job, got my paycheck, that would be the end of our agreement. It is a booking by booking by booking agreement, one at a time.
mhm,
Now, that means I can work where I want, when I want, for who I want, based on my desired rate.
mhm,
Now, when you are under a contract from the WWE, they are in control of your schedule. They tell you where to go, when to go, how to go, and who to go with. And you have an exclusivity to the WWE. When you are
mhm,
exclusive to one promotion, they can tell you you may not work for this promotion. You may not work for
mhm,
another promotion. Here are the terms of our long term agreement because WWE signs people for at least a year at a time.
mhm.
Now, for one independent promotion to try to tell a talent, you are not able to work at this promotion down the road, or we will not utilize you, that's called gatekeeping.
Yeah, and
We
that's what I hate.
we have
That's
to
what I hate.
stop that. If I'm not good enough to use, then don't use me. But do not try to manipulate or gaslight me into only working for your promotion just because you don't like the promotion down the road. If I'm good enough to work here, I'm good enough to work there, and I can keep my business with there separate from my business here.
Mm-hmm.
I've had that happen to me one time, only one time in my career, Michael. And a promoter
Mm-hmm.
looked at me and said, "Hey, if you're gonna work down the road over here, I'm not gonna book you anymore." And I said, "Okay, well, it's been great doing business with you. I'll just go ahead and pack up my things now." Well, no, 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 no. I need you to do this show. And I said, I no longer work here, sir. You just tried to give me an ultimatum.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe we can talk about it. I said, no, no, no. I'm okay. And I went
Mm-hmm.
to pack up my things and he apologized. And we had a long discussion about how I can work wherever and whenever I want to work on my terms, unless he was going to be paying me a 6 figure or higher contract. And he said, I don't have the
Mm-hmm.
ability to do that. I said, then you also don't have the ability to tell me where I can and cannot work.
Mm-hmm.
And we, again, as long as the conversation is handled professionally and respectfully, like adults, the
Mm-hmm.
message can be received easier. Now,
Mm-hmm.
had I blown up and acted a fool, that conversation would have never gone the right way. But
Yeah.
again, the gatekeeping does need to stop. As an independent promoter, you contract your talent show by show by show. I know that you want to have some long-term storytelling. I get that. I respect that. But then you have to make compromises as well and understand that these independent talents, they make their money weekend by weekend, show by show. And if you can't
Mm-hmm.
compensate them for the amount of money that this company is going to pay to keep them sitting at home so they don't work for that company, then
Mm-hmm.
you can't try to gatekeep them.
Yeah.